It's Game On. One of the greatest Vikings to ever play is with us. Hall of Famer Randall McDaniel is back. You don't win championships without role players, and one of the Lynx most valuable is here. Sports and charity meet, and that intersection is called Love Big. Love Big's founder explains, and it wouldn't be Game On without 7's Chef C. It's Pro Day with the 7 menu around his table. It's game day. It's Sunday. It's Game On. Tucked in amongst the skyscrapers in downtown Minneapolis, this is Game On, powered by 7 Steakhouse, Sushi, Ultralounge, and Skybar. Great that you have found us. Hi everybody, Rod Simons on this Sunday. We're going to be talking football again. You know, the Vikings are busy these days because if you recall about a year ago, there was the lockout. No one could talk to each other. There was no football, nothing like that. Well, football is gangbusters. It's going nuts. It's going on at Winter Park. So we'll be talking football here as well as Lynx basketball. Great start to the season for the Minnesota Lynx. We'll be hitting that as well. But as you know, we always start Game On. That's all right. Walk by me. That's fine. Game On by the numbers. And when we look at the numbers, it shows the Twins in their interleague play on the road, heading to Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. The Vikings move from OTAs to official camp at month's end. The Lynx get 5 of their next 8 at home before the Olympic break. And the Wild get that all-important NHL draft this week. And delighted to kick off Game On this week with the Hall of Famer, number 64 is in the house, Randall McDaniel. Good to have you back.
A pleasure to be here.
Great to be up here in the sunshine, the warmth.
Oh, it's quite a view. The weather couldn't have been better. Oh,
Did we pull you right off the golf course?
Not as no, you actually got me coming back in from Cincinnati. I was in Munoz's tournament out there.
Oh, nice.
And so got to play a nice course there, and now I'm back.
And do you play golf year round now?
No. I still work in elementary schools.
I know.
So I have to wait till June 6th, last day of school, and then on June 7th, I took a lesson. June 8th, I was on a plane heading
Mama
to
Bear's
Cincinnati.
scheduling you for the tournaments all over the place.
It is all scheduled.
Yeah.
So summer months is when I run around.
Let's talk about football in a second, but first of all, I want to talk about your commitment to kids because I think that that's just awesome. And by the way, thank you for golfing in the next week in my Golf for the Gift of Adoption tournament. We're grateful beyond words.
Well, I wouldn't miss it. I mean, like I said, if I'm in town, I'm able to make it there. I'm always going to be there.
We're grateful. And your commitment to kids is special. You work with second graders still?
Second graders, yeah.
What's that like for you?
You know what? It keeps me young.
Other than driving you crazy at times.
They don't drive me crazy. I mean, I say kids are just like a puzzle, and I love doing puzzles, love solving puzzles, and they give me that opportunity to work with them every day, and hopefully I make a little bit of a difference in their life.
You don't often hear about players giving back like you give back, and you take this stuff seriously. I mean, you don't let distractions take you away from the kids during the school year.
No, I mean, and that's what it's all about. I mean, the school's been very nice. They let me slip away for some events that come up that I have to be at. But I appreciate that. But I got to be there. The kids I work with need that consistency. They need to have me there. And so I make sure I'm there for the majority of it. And when I do go, I get the same sub that covers for me so they know if I'm not there, Mrs. Foley's going to be there.
Do they know that you're a big-time NFL player?
Nah, none of these kids were around when I was.
Well, I know that, yeah.
And their parents.
But they may know the story.
No, and their parents are very young too now.
Oh, really?
So.
Not old graybeards like me.
No, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, when the kids tell me how old their parents are, I'm like, God, they were watching me play.
So you're just another teacher.
They figure it out. I mean, it depends. At the end of the year, with the kids that I work with, I sign autographs for every kid at the school at the end of the year during yearbook time. And the ones that I actually work with and spend the majority of the time with, then I break out the youth size 64 jersey, let them know that, okay, I actually did play.
That's awesome.
So that way, you know, then they get it. They're like, you really did? I go, yeah, I actually did.
He's an NFL Hall of Famer. He's in the house. It's Randall McDaniel next. More on Game On. Hey, we've made it easier for you to get your Game On. Download our new Game On app. It's available for your iPhone and Android too. It's free. You'll find photos and shows and links to 7 and our sponsors, all kinds of cool stuff. Don't forget, you can also go inside Game On with our site updates, blogs from the Vikings, Timberwolves, Twins, and MMA, and we link you to our partner site, purplepride.org. So check us out and take us with you. It's GameOnTVMN.com. On deck, number 64 is talking purple and the season ahead. It's only here. It's Game On.
get the party started. Dial it. Pitbull together with Bud Light. Here we go.
Ford-Bid.com. New online auctions and inventory running weekly at Ford-Bid.com.
Liquidation for Minnesota businesses.
Vehicle auctions at Ford-Bid.com.
Office equipment auctions at Ford-Bid.com.
Marine and boating auctions at Ford-Bid.com.
Always looking for consignments. Contact Jeff at Ford-Bid.com.
Don't get lost in those huge international sites.
Keep it local. Keep it easy at Ford-Bid.com.
New online auctions and inventory running weekly at Ford-Bid.com.
Welcome back. It's Game On, powered by 7, your ultimate event destination. Rod Simons with the Hall of Famer Randall McDaniel in the house. The Vikings are back on the field, no lockout. That's the thing that's the craziest to me, is that there's football now right after the draft. It's a good feeling, but last year left us with a little bit of a void.
It was not much to talk about, but
right.
Are they going to play or are they not going to play? It is nice to see football back. It's starting up like it should. You get to see the mini camps, all the OTAs as they call them now, and then with less than a few weeks, the teams will start reporting for camps.
Unbelievable. Now, you got to like this because they drafted a big, burly offensive lineman to get stuff done.
I know it upset. I know him when they drafted him at SC Cleo. Oh, it drove Dolman nuts.
Yeah.
I go with that. Just tells you what's more important.
Yeah.
It all starts up front with those guys up front, and I think he's going to be a great addition. And I'm looking forward to watching him play this year.
There were a lot of naysayers out there, people who were saying you don't need to spend that high of a draft pick on an offensive lineman, but you beg to differ.
I say, look, you got a quarterback there. He needs to be protected.
On his blind side.
And you got to have the blind side, but he's young. You want him to be comfortable in that pocket. You want him to be able to set his feet. And you got to start somewhere. And they do say it. The team doesn't go. I mean, you can have a great defense, but if you don't have an offensive line up front to get everything going, to open those holes, to give the quarterback time to throw, to let the running back hit that hole like he needs to, then it's just a waste of time, basically.
I've been watching the OTAs, and I got to tell you, Randall, watching Adrian Peterson mend it's awesome.
Yeah,
because he is a thoroughbred.
I saw him on the news the other day running in the sandbox and everything, and
he's got straps hooked up to him, and he's running up hills. The only thing he's not doing is pulling this out and saying, I got a Superman on my chest.
No, and that's good to see. I mean, I hope he is ready. I hope that they do it right. And don't let him rush back too soon.
Right.
Because we're going to need him. We're going to need him out there a lot. And a healthy Adrian Peterson is what we need in the team, and it'll be fun to watch when we get back out in that field.
With a little confidence, some good quarterback play, a better offensive line, and maybe a defensive backfield that can stop the pass, can this team rebound from 3-13?
Oh, yeah. When we watch it, look what Detroit did all those years.
Big time.
And it was scary. I'm talking about Detroit is now out there, but no, we can do it.
Yeah.
And I think they're taking the steps. Coach Frazier's doing everything what they need to do to get the team back to where they need to be.
Your guy, you like him?
I do like him. So he played for the Bears. That's okay. I let that slide.
Yeah.
But he is making the right steps, and I like what I see so far.
Take a couple minutes with us at the golf tournament, too?
Yes, I will.
Randall McDaniel, we love you. And hang on, because Chef C's got a knife and fork for you in just a couple of minutes, although you're an Alfredo guy, so we'll take care of that when we come back over here on GameON. On deck, meet one of the Lynx MVPs. She's a spark plug off the bench. Next on GameON.
Being creative is who we are.
At Wallingberg and Deebly, families are our passion. We help create new families.
This combination of experience, passion, and creativity allows us to fully represent individuals in family court crises.
Wallingberg and Deebly believes in families. We will listen, counsel, and advocate for you. Wallingberg and Deebly, the premier family law firm of Minnesota.
Let the celebration begin! The Minnesota Lynx are WNBA champions for 2011!
Get your 2012 Minnesota Lynx season tickets now, starting at $153. Lindsay Whalen, Simone Augustus, Maya Moore, and the rest of the Lynx are set to defend their title, and you can be a part of the fun all summer long. For information and to get your season tickets, visit lynxbasketball.com.
Tough follow-away, 16-footer, got it! Oh, Lindsay's on fire right now!
Welcome back to Game On, powered by 7, your ultimate event destination. Rod Simons with one of the members of the WNBA World Champion Minnesota Lynx. It's Monica Wright in the house. How are you, my dear?
Doing well.
Nice to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, we were talking early last season. Hopes were high. You had Maya Moore. Everything was going well to start. And now you're hardware owners, ring owners. How's it feel?
It's actually really interesting that everybody asked that. You know, right now we haven't even thought about it. You know, at the end of the season last year, we celebrated, we had our fun. Everybody had to leave to go overseas, and like we really didn't get a chance to let it like set in. Really. Yeah. This year we come back, it's a new season, and we're all focused on the next ring.
Isn't it true that it's almost harder this season than it is last season because the bullseye is bigger on your back, and now you've got to do what a lot of teams can't do, and that's repeat.
Yes, absolutely. And even our coach, Cheryl Reeve, always tells us that it's one of the hardest things to do in our league is to repeat. And you know, she's done a great job at refocusing us this year and helping us to focus on only one thing, and that's getting better. And every time out, it seems a great start to the season. One of the things this team does is it stays consistent. You're getting a lot of solid play from seemingly everybody. Is that because everybody knows their role? Yeah. This year could be a lot more interesting also because people are learning their roles more. There's not any confusion. You know, we basically know what to do already. And Coach Reeve didn't really do a lot to the team. She didn't change a lot to the team.
That's right. Just a few tweaks here and there.
And that's a good thing. So, you know, like you said, you know, it should be great, and, you know, we should repeat.
Yeah, should. I like that. So you're not saying we're going to, you just said, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
So, is that confidence that comes from all that winning?
Yeah. I mean, you have to be confident no matter what. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to be confident in your team, your coaches, or else you don't have anything.
Nice. Do you have a little bit of an appetite?
Yeah.
Okay, we'd love to have you join us with Chef C. So thank you. We'll be watching you the rest of the season, and as the playoffs get closer, let's have you back. Let's talk playoff and break it down.
Oh yeah, I'll be happy to come back.
Monica's in the house. From the world champion, WNBA champion, Minnesota Lynx, only here on Game On. The message is simple. Spread positivity, give back to help others with tools right in front of us. It's Love Big, creating new ways to increase awareness. And this is Ryan Anderson, the brainchild behind Love Big. Great to have you with us.
Great to be here.
How did it come to you?
Well, it's a good story. I had just gone out of business. I owned a software company. We did trading software, and about a year after the crash, everything had fallen apart, and I lost my business, and I was losing my house. I was losing everything, and I had 2 small children at home, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was driving on the highway around sunrise to go empty out the office. It was about my last trip down there. And there was this beautiful sunrise, and for whatever reason it inspired me to ask for help because I didn't know what else to do. So I said, God, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what to do, please, what should I do? And I was sincere about it. And right when I was asking, the car in front of me got over, and the new car in front of me was Illinois license plate Love Big.
Wow.
And I got hit by this wave that I can't explain. You know, I generally don't believe in these wild stories, but it happened. And I almost felt like I had to pull over. And something changed in me where I started viewing the world differently after that. I just started, you know, I lost all my judgments, and I just started, you know, thinking more on the lines of togetherness and unity.
And helping people.
And helping people and so on and so forth. So I said, well, I guess that's it. You know, God wants me to love big. Now that didn't solve my problems by any means. About a week later, though, I was putting on a t-shirt out of my drawer and looking in the mirror and figuring out what I'm going to do with my day. And I just sort of had a vision of Love Big across the chest, and I thought, well, what better way to spread a positive message than on the chest of a t-shirt? So I started Love Big, and here we are.
So through apparel sales, that's your opportunity to give back.
Yes, yeah, we do fundraisers. The apparel itself, every dollar spent feeds somebody for a day. So if you go to our website and spend $30, you feed somebody for a month. And then in addition to that, we just try to promote a message of unity, togetherness. You know, we all have to work together. It's a very difficult world out there, and we can't be working against one another. We have to unite and work together. It's the only way we can be happy, in my opinion.
Someone wants to get involved to learn more about Love Big. How do they do that?
Well, they can go to lovebig.org. It's a website. Amazingly, if you type Love Big into Google, We're number 1.
Sweet.
So I don't know how that happened, but we'll take it.
That's good living.
Yeah.
Very good. Ryan Anderson, Love Big, 7 supports it, GameON supports it. We're going to be telling you a lot more over the next few weeks and months about Love Big. We'd love for you to get involved. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Rod. Thank you very much.
Love Big, only here.
Love Big.
Learn more about how you can give back. Lovebig.org. GameON and 7 supports this effort. Together, we can get it done. On deck, the chef is in the house and ready to dish. It's next on GameON.
Twin City Wireless doesn't care about our competitors. We care about you, the customer. We care that you get the best prices. Plans starting at $40 a month, unlimited text, talk, international text, and internet.
Twin Cities Wireless carries all the latest models of phones and accessories and handles all service providers.
At Twin City Wireless, your problem is our problem. Twin City Wireless now has 2 locations, Brooklyn Center and Northeast Minneapolis. Twin City Wireless, it's not just business, it's personal.
It is Cooking with Chef C, another full training table with Rebecca Brunson of the Lynx, Hall of Famer Randall McDaniel, Monica Wright of the Minnesota Lynx. Chef C, you've got everything on this once again.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous to get in. I'm like, you know, it's
well,
like,
there's elbows flying over here.
There's elbows, there's good line blocking. Like, this is crazy over here. Now, we have everything tonight. We have sushi, we have mussels, we got pasta, we got fresh tomato salad. It's kind of it's a good smorgasbord.
I asked Monica before we started, what would you like? She didn't even hesitate. Sushi. Is that just because it's healthy and you guys stay fit and trim, a lot of running and things?
Yeah, it tastes good too.
Nice.
And it's definitely good. You know, I've been here before. I'm never disappointed when I come here. The sushi's amazing, so you know, I eat it all the time.
And the mainstay, Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo, you gotta have it.
Oh, and chef, once again, you gotta. The mussels haven't even been touched, but there's a wide variety here. So anybody they want to come up, please eat all you want, you guys.
Yeah, I mean we get the freshest seafood. I get flown in every day. It's king salmon season, so I actually have a fishery that I work with in Alaska. They catch it on the boat. They ship it to me within 24 hours. Our chicken is humanely fresh, you know, raised. Everything is good. You know, we have the best product. I think the reason people eat sushi so much here is because it's so darn good, you know, and it's easy to eat. It's fun. It's great to go before a game. It's good after a game.
And thank you for putting the pizza right in front of me.
It's a planned strategy.
You do that to me every time.
It's a planned strategy.
You throw me under the bus by putting the pizza. I love the pizza. The pizza is the best. Thumbs up, everybody.
Definitely.
Awesome. Great to have some of the greatest professional athletes in our town with us. Thank you for being with us today. It's Cooking with Chef C, only here on GameON. And here's your Bud Light lineup. The Twins will be back on June 25th against Chicago. The Vikings' first preseason home game will be on the 17th against Buffalo. Stars Soccer against Fort Lauderdale, and Lynx basketball on the 21st. The Saints play later on this afternoon against Sioux Falls. Canterbury Park, first post and live racing at 1:30. Gopher football will have their first home game at TCF Bank Stadium against New Hampshire. And don't forget Love Big here at 7 for a gigantic fashion show. We find that Champions back in town for the 3M Championship, July 30th through August 5th. The PGA will be at the TPC Cromwell, NASCAR with the Save Mart 350, and Wheels of Thunder mid-July at BIR. 7 events, don't forget Ultralounge Fridays, 7 Saturdays, all-you-can-eat sushi on Sunday and Monday. And this is new, just for you, the GameON podcast. Rod, Webby, and the A-Train previewing the GameON week ahead. We're one-on-one with show guests. We have the latest inside information, and we answer your very important GameON viewer mail. Find GameON podcast at GameOnTVMN.com. And that's your Bud Light lineup. Please join us for a live taping of GameON here at 7 Steakhouse and be a part of it. Great food, autographs, and a memorable atmosphere. Our website will have the latest guest updates. And stay in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter, and all our shows are on iTunes. It's GameON TV. On deck, it's one thing to ride a bike, it's another to look fashionable. We tell you how, next on GameON. 7 is the ultimate fine dining and entertainment destination. There's 3 levels of distinct and unforgettable experiences ahead. 7 is the winner of the prestigious Open Table Diner's Choice Award. It's memorable. You'll never forget 7's 5-star steakhouse, 7's award-winning menu. 7 Sushi is not only unique, but unrivaled. And 7's view is sweeping and magnificent year-round. 7 offers catering, the ease of front door valet, and unforgettable service. It's 7, downtown Minneapolis, your ultimate event destination. Welcome back, it's GameON, powered by 7, your ultimate event destination. Deb, Brooke, talking Moxie Cycling. You're saying, what's that? If you've ever been on a bike, and everybody loves to ride if you're in Minnesota, some people look great, and a lot of people just kind of ride in sweats and stuff. You guys don't do that. You ride in style. I love that. Where'd the idea come from?
Well, about 5 years ago, Brooke and I started getting into multi-day recreational riding, and like you referenced, a lot of times there's this odd gear that you wear, and we couldn't find anything that was fit well or was fashionable, and so we searched and searched and couldn't find what we wanted, so we decided let's try to make our own and started Moxie Cycling, and that's how it came about.
So it's almost out of necessity at this point.
Yeah, and it was interesting because I did some hand sewing of prototypes myself in advance of moving into this business, and it was interesting because it really didn't start as a business idea where we said let's take a product to the market. It was, I'm looking for something as a cyclist. There's got to be other women like myself who are frustrated with the options. So that's how we started the company.
Okay, we're seeing your model. Her name is it Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah's showing us the one of the outfits. The thing I noticed by going to your website, moxiecycling.com, a lot of colors. My wife's going to love this. Was that a combined effort here?
Very much so. I mean, we took a look at cycling in general as bright colors, a lot of logos. It's, you want to stand out on a bike. It's part of the nature of cycling, but it also gets you noticed and it makes you safer while you're on the road. Right. So we went with bold colors, but in hopefully a more fashionable and tasteful version than logos everywhere and not looking like a moving billboard.
Is it that the dry fit stuff? Is it the breathing material? All that?
Yep, it's made of a high performance wicking material. Okay. So it keeps you cool and dry on the bike, but like Deb referenced, it's kind of the combination of the performance and the style, because there's always one or the other in the sport, but it's very very rare that the two come together.
I can imagine when women, and you don't make it for guys, so I'm out.
Sorry about that. You're out, sorry.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to keep looking like a slut.
You will.
That's good.
For now.
But thank you. We'll work on that. But I can imagine when the women see this, they fall in love with it immediately.
They do. They do. They're like, oh my gosh, finally somebody's made something for a woman, because a lot of the jerseys you would typically find is a man's jersey made smaller, maybe pink, throw a flower on there too, and they call it a women's cycling jersey. And there's actually an industry term they call shrink it and pink it, is how they reference men's jerseys made for women. And so this is, made and designed by women. We do focus groups, we do fitting sessions with women to get feedback. So it's truly a women's jersey.
So if anybody wants to get a hold of this, how do they do it?
Best place would be moxiecycling.com.
Great. Awesome stuff. It looks great. And thanks to Aaliyah, the model, for showing us what it's all about. It looks great. I love the colors. I'll be ordering very, very soon. Ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy cycling, too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'll be in the sweats riding alongside them. Only here on GameON. It is time for the MIAC Minute. This is Dennis Barker, the head track and cross-country coach at Augsburg. Great to have you, Coach.
Good to be here.
Thank you very, very much. And when we talk about your work, the school year may be over, but your work is not done because you have 4 athletes trying to get Olympic bids. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I coach a post-collegiate group of professional runners here called Team USA Minnesota, and we have 4 top athletes that have qualified for the Olympic trials.
sense of pride? What's it feel like?
It's fantastic. You know, we're just trying to provide some of the top collegiate runners coming out of Minnesota with the opportunity to continue training, reach their full potential, and go to the Olympics.
And is it as easy as just tweaks here and there, or is it from the time you wake up in the morning till the time you go to bed, there are things that you are doing with these athletes?
That's the way it is. You have to do so many different things than you did in college, and to improve, you have to get out of the college, you know, the schedule where, you know, it's just constantly doing all these things. But now when they get out, you know, there's nutrition, there's weightlifting, there's just all kinds of things that they need to do, and travel to big meets.
Yeah. What does your gut tell you about these athletes? Will they? I know there's a lot of room to be done before they get their bids, but do you have a good feeling about them?
Yeah, I really do. In the last 2 Olympic trials, I've coached 6 athletes that have placed in the top 6, and that's really good. But to get from the top 6 to the top 3 is really hard. And we have a couple of athletes, though, that I think they can do that. Gabriel Anderson, Heather Camp, Jamie Cheever, all University of Minnesota athletes that have been doing really well and competing with the top runners in the U.S.
Big question, when will you know?
Well, the Olympic trials for track and field are in late June, finish on July 1st, so that's when we'll know.
Coach, and the season, you had a good season last year. Looking forward to, after the Olympic work, to get back into the collegiate?
Oh yeah, you know, the principles are the same no matter what level you're coaching at. It's just a fantastic job, and even on your bad days, coaching's a pretty good gig.
Well, and you're doing a great job. Been there since the mid-90s, and Augsburg loves you. We do too.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for taking time. Dennis Parker is in the house. Keep an eye on those athletes in the Olympic bids, and we'll keep you posted here too on GameON, here in the MIAC. And one other quick MIAC note, congratulations to Dave Wright. He's the new SID at Hamline University. He'll do a great job. Congratulations, Dave. And now it's time for our GameON update. This is the week. The 5th annual Rod Simons Golf for the Gift of Adoption Celebrity Fundraiser is June 21st, this Thursday at Troy Burn Golf Club in Hudson. We're going to be raising money to help couples try to start their forever families through adoption. All the money raised goes to help Gift of Adoption Fund, and it's given out in grants to close that financial finish line. Wish us well or join us. We'd love to have you. Golfforthegift.com will tell you more. June 21st in Hudson. And that's your GameON update. Oh, busy show. That was some really, really good food, but I didn't get a lot around that table, so we'll have to work on that. And whatever the case, thank you for letting us be a part of your Sunday. Don't forget, you can get all our updates at GameOnTVMN.com. We're delighted you take time to join us each and every Sunday right here. So from all of us at GameON, make it a great week, and do keep your game on.